Guys, welcome to a quick video tutorial on how to use the Bodycam or Cam Manager software to access the files off your TC500. So once you've installed it and you've got it running, you'll be displayed with this login screen. As you can see, it's in Chinese, but if we left click on this drop down here, we can select English, and then from here we have everything translated to English for us. So we have the user types, general user or administrator. If we put in our password, this would be the password we've given you in the email or in your fleet sheet. So I'm just going to put in my password. Now, please note you won't be able to log in unless the camera is actually connected to your PC. So before you start up the Cam Manager software, just make sure you've plugged in your single drop-in cradle to your PC and you've put the camera in firmly into the drop-in cradle so it's sitting flush in the cradle. So I'm going to log in, and as you can see, we've logged in here, and we've got the settings and features that we can use through the software. So the software has found our device. It's pinged up the serial number from our device. So this is the serial number for the camera I'm using. From here, we can turn on and off the GPS, the Wi-Fi, and the flight mode. I probably wouldn't touch the flight mode, just leave that off. You turn on and off GPS to your preference, likewise Wi-Fi. And then through here, we can also add in our custom Wi-Fi as well. So you can add in, say, for argument's sake, a local Wi-Fi here. And then once I click save, that'll add it automatically into the device. So it can just connect to that Wi-Fi when it goes in range of it. You've got these buttons here. So we've got reset, that's factory reset. Please don't click this, otherwise you will factory reset your device, which will dud it basically. Our software won't be installed on it anymore. Do not format the SD either. Please don't press that button either, otherwise you will lose your data. The close device button is to turn off the camera. So you can turn off the camera through this software just by clicking close device. The time lock button synchronizes the camera with our local PC time. So normally the camera will have the correct time anyway, but if it doesn't, just hit that time lock button and it will update its time. We can click switch UDISC, which will change it from a normal USB to transfer data, so we can then access the camera through the Windows Explorer files. However, you can just use this software to do all that anyway. The pop-up USB, if you want to eject the camera safely, you can click this button and then safely eject the camera. However, it is safe to just disconnect the camera anyway without pressing this button. You can update your password, so if you enter in your current password, you can then change your password to something that you would prefer, and you can enter it here and click OK. So we need to set up where we want to store our files from the camera, and I'm just going to click on this button here with the three dots. And I'm going to navigate through and select an area on my computer that I want to back up all my files to. So I've gone just into documents here and I've made a folder here, camera backups. And that's just going to now dump all the files to that folder. And down here, we need to tick a couple of these extra file formats down here, the JPEG, PNG, GIF, and BMP. They're just file extensions for certain images and pictures. And we can either clear the source files or leave them. The camera, once it maxes out its storage, will repeat over itself, so don't worry about that. However, if you want to clear them out as you're transferring them, that's fine as well. So once we're happy with all the settings set, we can click Start Collecting, and the software will start downloading all the files from the camera to that file path that we just set. And as you can see, it's fairly quickly. I mean, it's doing 500 megabytes in about 10 seconds, I'd say. So that's, after your 8-hour shift, it's going to have about 8 gigs. So you'd be looking at a couple of minutes max to just download the whole thing after work. So now it's finished. The camera can be pulled out of the drop-in cradle. It's fine to go. But if we want to go check out where all those files went, we just navigate to where we set that path. So I set mine in documents and then camera backups, and then there it is. So it's created its own folder for its own serial number. So if you had multiple cameras, it would make multiple folders against the serial numbers that you've got automatically for you. And then we can go view our videos in the video folder. We can view the audio in the audio folder, likewise pictures in the image folder as well. And we can use all this in our Windows PC machine. So yeah, the key thing to remember with the software is that you need to have the camera plugged in before you can log in and then connecting through to your device to start dragging down the data. And yeah, that's the TC500 Cam Manager software. Thanks, guys.